Buenas, vamos a continuar lo de antes, anda. Recapitulando, ya hemos explorado toda la ciudad vieja, incluso la parte donde no habíamos bajado, la guarida de no sé qué. Y nos quedamos pendientes de volver por un gusanazo que había ahí. Terrible. Así que vamos para la superficie y venga.
Where there's a pick, there's a way. Absolutely not.
Aye, aye.
We're awake right now, aren't we?
Ach, my little privateer.
What do you require? Interesting. This is not to... And now the real work begins.
Funny how they never mention the real world.
Ay, Miko. It is but a jaunt.
Va. Esto fue lo que nos tajo aquí. Un puto escarabajo ese gigante.
It lies just below Delver's Row. It is where goods of questionable provenance originate. Take the lift from Delver's Row, not the lift in the gullet, mind you. My associate Gwenfen will await you outside a passage in the old Juana style. I did not realize the prospect of forgotten treasures. Among the ruins is a certain mosaic. The old city is the realm of the dead. Secrets, such as the shell you found will reveal it to you. Gwenfen can explain. It is said the old city was once as grand as serpents crowned. Whatever treasure you find there is yours to keep. For now, take this. Consider it an advance. There is a lift in Delver's Row, next to a Netzel shop. Once you descend, cross the bridge. Behind the stockade is Gwenfen will await you and the cornet there. Do whatever she asks. When you leave, return to the crossway and turn right. You will find a merchant stall. Behind it is the passage to Delver's Row.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew you, no? Perhaps the sting of fresh pepper. Or maybe then you'd best ask elsewhere. But careful. If the Mataru overseer hears there's a sickness, might be he has more questions for you. Food, of course, and supplies for the road. I have plenty, though...
Think you made a wrong turn, Bilger. You don't belong in the row. You'll need to work on that if you want to... You looking to commission an artist? You'll find none better in Neck. Depends on the craftsmanship required. We don't know each other, so let's keep our dealings within the gullet, yeah? Keep your rotten ass away from me. You want to talk to a Valian that goes by her Nepso? He runs a shop down the street, here in the row. Don't tell him I sent you. And don't say I never did you any favors. Go on. That'll stir more trouble than it's worth. The Mataro of the Crown don't give a rat's piss for the folk of the gullet, but killing one of their own. I know Derio is looking for that thing, but that type of dodge is going to cost you something extra. Of course you do.
You are looking for something, amico? Perhaps I have it. Ernezzo has not seen you before. You must be new. New or very good at disguises. Ah, but you are the one the Roparos speak of. But how did you hear about this place? There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly. Eh? I hope you are not ill. But never mind. But Drowner's lung is very... The cure is not cheap. But how? If the price seems high, There is a certain little favor you could do for me. There is a certain merchant here who needs to not be here. This merchant runs a shop at the end of the street. People know it as the Spindleman. If you get rid of it, then I will give you the medicine.
Hold on, not so fast. Do they call him that because he carries a spindle, or because he's got spindly legs?
Merle, it is a dangerous pest. When it dug its lair, it did not even ask permission of their... of the boss.
Usually you want to pay the proper respects if you're digging a lair.
If I do, I surely did not say such a thing. But this Spindleman, they say it is a mind reader. They say it is a mind reader. We in Delves Row are simple folk, quiet folk. It does not do to have a mind reader nosing among us. You understand me, yes? Merle, it is a dangerous pest. When it dug its lair, it did not even ask permission of their... of the boss.
Good way to be getting slit-stemmed astern, that.
It is a Vithrak. It is a Vithrak. They say it is a mind. It does not do to have a mind. Of course. Only do not...
Come on, let's get a drink of firmness.
It's early. We'll go when it's dark.
Fine. I don't know how you tell down here.
One of my eyes be open.
Not a chance.
You need a blade or a bludgeon or some sturdy armor? Umani has what you seek. Then you blunt your teeth talking to me. Go and see her next. Old Umani's stock is tested in the hands and throats of the fiercest.
What? Le vale mucha pasta, chaval.
Done and done.
Al gol.
Something approaches.
Something soy yo, chaval. El hombre giratorio. Un ogro. Otro ogro. Una cría de araña.
What is this kith creature?
All right, I'll go first. Is it true some of your kind are covered in soft fur that feels good to pet?
What secrets does it bring?
Let us see. Let us see.
Keep your weather eye open, Cap. A fork probing ain't much to worry over, but I'll be a two-headed ogre if that's the only trick up them silk sleeves.
Any. All.
Hijo puta, tenía razón el otro entonces.
You collect many arcane secrets. Their power flows through you. Will you deny us? Yes, you came to Deadfire seeking knowledge, too. The language of tongues is a dull, tedious thing. Why ask? A watcher, the dear what? The waning power of old Valia. A death, a life, a wide sea, stirred by storms and pirates and... Ah, a wonderful secret.
I don't trust this creature. At all.
We dig. There are many mines here with many secrets.
A city under a city.
Another in the ruins.
It teems with young secrets, rivalries and betrayal. Your friends, the broken down creatures of this place, they know...
Yes. You have been generous.
You know of the place below the slums. There was another, more distant place beneath the sea. There lies a secret so grand that even the gods hide it.
No me sale matar a estos aquí, la verdad, porque lo diga el otro mongolo. Aunque no me gustan mucho, la verdad. Indicación, no sé si será para que lo robe. Vale, es medianoche, Y aquí veo que tiene la misma gente. Está igual.
You the Watcher? Go on. Lift takes you to the Undercroft.
Ah, también. Palanca. Vaya, hambre. Era robo eso.
Take care of it. You go on. Lift takes you to the Undercroft.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, mira.
Let's take a look.
Bueno, aquí. Aquí no tengo que ir, la verdad. Ahí no tengo que ir.
Absolutely not.
His is a small mind, with small concerns. What do you care for him? You...
Shove off now, you fuck-witted, ballast-blowing cockroach!
What is your secret? Why do you hide your thoughts of the cellar woman from us? The one who calls herself Ernesto. What is this droning sound? What is your business with the cellar woman? As you say, we discern no difference. Yes, this Ernesto speaks little to us, but her thoughts say...
No creo que me beneficie nada matar a ese.
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
No sé a qué puta hora es cuando no están esta gente. Y estamos la misma gente. La rueda que viene no me parece a mí que se vean demasiado. Antelucano. Antelucano ni pollas.
A blade in the dark.
I hear you.
Y no sé qué esperar. Aquí me van a estar observando siempre. Como no hay algún tipo de... no sé.
What is it?
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Solo ataque automático, yo creo que así está bien. Ataque automático de rigor. Me da cocina. ¡Hala! Ay, bueno. Un ratito más y listo, ¿eh? Joder. No abre esta mierda, ¿qué pasa? Ah. Vale, no, que me atacan. Joder. Muchachote. Tranquilos, tranquilos. Vaya paz.
As you wish.
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly. Perfetto. Though, if your coin purse is so full, your medicine, as promised.
Hey, how did you do that? Can you do that again? To think the fate of Eora rests on...
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
Rayazos los menús para esto, joder.
You ever thought about changing the color of your fur? Merkberries will stain your skin for weeks.
Oh, think I were born blue, eh? Think being this pretty come natural?
Well, dang, Seraphim. I never knew you were so fancy.
Yeah, but mayhaps I'll be giving them Merkberries a go. Ain't never been maroon before.
Need something? That could save an awful lot of sick people. That's the stuff, all right. Thank you. That's from me and from the children of the Dawn Stars. If you'll excuse me, I better start treating the sickest ones.
pensaba que la está curando de verdad y no se la está metiendo a ella. No me lo levanto ya. Más chulo que un 8. 2. De nada, 21.
Need something?
Joder. Vale, bueno, pues vamos a... Vamos a la cafetería por ahí. O navegación, vamos. O vamos a la vez, o lo que sea.
Sorry about you, Adair. There'd be a thing of free out here that you shouldn't be aiming a pet.
Hey. You were some huge island squirrel.
This ain't about me, farmer.
Ciudad de latón y escalada sagrada. Cambio de planes. No voy a de caza. Voy a seguir. No sé si ir primero a esta, la ciudadela de latón. Venga, ciudadela de latón. Bastante tedioso anotar estas cosas, tío. Hay isla, dentro de la isla hay ciudad, zona, mapa, va. La ciudad de latón, qué bonito.
Halt. What is your business at the Brass Citadel?
Que me mata sardinas, te jode.
You're the Watcher.
Claro.
The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth.
Exactly.
The Grand Secretary at Sura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command, up the stairs. Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right. Hazanui Karu is the ultimate authority in the Brass Citadel, but she must endure the sops at the palace. When she returns, I'm sure she will grant you an audience. For now, Atsura Nui speaks with her voice.
Vale, muy bien, chat.
Leave. No Valiant spy is coming through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I have business inside.
You want to see our walls, our cannons, our powder house. You must think I'm an idiot.
Ak, you got one thing right.
Vale, esta zona es pequeñita. Vale.
What can I do you for? Dimming the lantern. I've done it good and well.
Trabuco excepcional, uy. A mí. Uy. Wow. Tengo que subir prestidigitación con esta moza. Muy bien, 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 bien.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? For our time, craftsmanship. If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them. Rawatayan industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
Parta el trabuco, sí, anda, parta el trabuco mejor. Joder. Entonces el dragón, vaya a cantar que tiene. Hostia. Mira. Buenísima esta, Joder.
I hear you.
Beat it. I don't have time to chit-chat. Not a chance, amico. Fascina sent you, didn't she? Bostinago, just for these? Soft as down, but not a single fence willing to pay me a fair price. Maybe they've got imp stink all over them. Should have guessed these were bad luck. Well, it's too late to go making smart decisions, isn't it? Here he comes, and I'm too late. If Hamuto doesn't give me an extension on my debt, I'm a dead man.
So, Berteno, you hired a mercenary, or else a negotiator. That coin should have gone toward your debt to me.
Huh? No, I didn't. That is, I would never go behind your back. I
like dealing with people of substance. This is a private matter. Your interference is unnecessary. You must care a great deal for this insufferable little worm to stake your purse on his freedom. 400 pyres are what Berteno owes, and I will accept that sum to have this sorry business concluded. Indentured servitude. I trust this is a more honest and respectable alternative than any pursuit he would take on his own terms.
Be calling it whatsoever you like, Captain Cogswallow. But your honest and respectable slavery be slavery all the same.
Your toy pirate speaks out of turn. I would teach him a lesson if I were you, Captain. Do I? One can be adherent to the tenets of maritime law, and still be seen as a monster. I salute you for your courage, but I ask you to reconsider your position.
No sé si me estoy metiendo en un jardín, pues no conozco el pavo este.
Cowards! There will be a reckoning, for I know each one of your faces.
Hombre, desde luego, si debía la pasta, voy a dejar que se lo lleven, pero no voy a pegarme por un puto deudor. Paga la deuda.
I can't believe I'm finally out of debt.
No. Ahora estás en deuda conmigo, cabrón.
For the first time in my life, I'm free. Not anymore, I'm not. Here, catch.
Los dedos de rock, papá. ¿Qué es esto? Ah, los guantes, eso.
It's a new Berteno all the way. Pirate Berteno doesn't get himself in anyone's debt.
Anda. Tira que libres para que marcho.
Sure thing.
Ay. Cajus. Ahí está el gato, está petado de gatos y de perros. Este no quiero aguantar.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits. Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what. Sorry, my orders come from the Hazanui herself.
Marcho. Salida.
With sails unfurled and sword held high, to battle for glory.
I've got all sorts of goods and supplies. Take a look, because I'm from Rawatai. Or, to be more specific, my ancestral home's been part of the Empire for decades. Few generations now. The usual way, I guess. Their soldiers beat ours. I guess it used to. When I was younger, I grew up hearing stories of the time before, but they were children themselves when Rawatai took over. Some wax romantic about the old days. Anyways, I'm just trying to make a living. That's why I'm here, after all. I don't know. I never known anything else. We've got the Rawataians' fancy new irrigation canals now, and the roads have gotten better. The ones leading into Takoa, anyhow. Funny thing is, the further you go on them, the nicer everything gets, and the more it all looks like this. That's a better subject. Take a look.
Veamos. Buah, carísimo. Oh, joder. Dos ya. Qué va, tío, es carísimo. Me follo. No sé si yo puedo pagar otro.
Faithfully done, Emiani. Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
Come to gawk, too? My punishment's over, you know. I punched my captain. Though maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore. I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before. Still a scramble-root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer. Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know. I'm sure you're capable. But let's talk again when you've made a name for yourself.
Vale.
That's the last time I ship out with some soft-handed runt.
Tranquilidad.
Happy to oblige.
Clear skies, my friend. I know of you already, Captain. The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rawat, your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit. An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rauatai. Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork. A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open. Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage. Ask away, my privateer. I would not have you take to the water uninformed.
Vale.
Leave it to me.
Until suddenly she's not.
Meet her eye when you've got bad news. She respects that.
I don't think she likes me. I spent most of my career escorting foreign ships.
Many have. She's got nothing against scramble routes, but don't stare at her hand.
If this is about the Hazatoa tournament, I've got nothing to do with that, all right? I just serve the drinks. Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play. Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me. They always pay on time. They're run by the Ronganui, so they should, right? Also, I'm from a town near Tekoa. Rautai's full of all kinds of kith, not just Amawa. But the Amawa have a long history at sea. They make up a lot of sailors and soldiers, including most of the ones that ended up here. You're a captain working for the Royal Deadfire Company, right? Sure you are. Even if you're not, I've heard your name enough to think you are. Try the razor skewers, if you can handle the heat.
Why does your Ronga carve his name into a rock?
The Ronganui, and it's a commemoration to show what he built.
For what do you squawk and gloat over a heap of stones? Akira, you Rowatayans are strange cousins indeed.
The Brass Citadel is a marvel of modern engineering. With the gates barred and the cannons primed, it can withstand any attack and weather any storm. Surely you can see what a fine stronghold this is. Please, spare us empty pleasantries. We transformed a rocky cove into the best defended harbor in Nekataka. Such achievements must be celebrated.
This rocky cove was once a prized fishing spot for the Riparu. These Rowatayans act as if every bare islet is merely awaiting a fort or a farm. They cannot look at anything without planning to change it.
To strive is to survive. Those who would achieve greatness must make the world a better, more ordered place than they found it.
Eso es como lo de los Boy Scouts, ¿no?
Why change the world when you can learn to live in it the way it is? This is what my people have done for thousands of years.
And wild barley grows on its own, but most of it dies without a skilled farmer.
Akira, nothing invigorates like a good discussion. Thank you for indulging us.
All this trouble over a tablet of fucking stone. If my company's standing wasn't on the line, I would have written this one off as a loss already.
What hazard visited Hasago? What disaster Brave trenches call for justice. Kahunga fold their hands. Fought to victory round time. Triumph over
Se me
your
pone a
foe.
gritar en la cara el cabrón.
Storm shall never bend your backs. Your battles break your swords.
Green islands and blue skies.
The locals don't know how good they have it.
Curioso que ahora no me sale este simbolito de las calaveras en ninguna misión. Entiendo que ahora estoy por encima del nivel de ellas, no sé. Y había alguna que era roja. ¿Verdad? Que se quitó también. Vale. Pues vamos por ahí. Ahora aquí, pendiente. Vale. La escalera sagrada.
How'd you come by that scar on your brow, Alof?
This? I found myself in a rather perilous situation with a band of Darghouls.
Darghouls can be real nasty. You're lucky that's all you got to show for it.
I certainly gave them worse.
Una capilla para cada
Not
dios
to
aquí,
boast,
¿o qué?
of course.
Casi. Bárbaro de decir. Ocio.
Be welcome. We gather to honor the goddess, for we must earn the strength to endure the darkest of life's battles. It is an opportunity to learn. What good is a fighter who knows how to defend against a single enemy? If we must one day fight one another, such is Magra. Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades. The Kira, rain and wind, is a better teacher than any priest. A fighter cut. Follow the path as it climbs the mountain, all the way to the Serpent's Crown.
Good day, traveler. I see you've taken an eye to my instruments. If you've any interest in the medical sciences, you need only ask. Well then, questions? I'm a researcher in the medical sciences. And before you ask, no, I don't mean animancy. Neither do I mean magic, nor, gods forbid, necromancy. Medicine. Study of the kith body, its inner workings and such. I've misgivings about magic use. It's useful, I'll grant you that. But it's a crutch. Stunts our scientific development, you understand. Makes me a bit unpopular, as you can no doubt imagine, which is why I've got this arquebus here. A patient of mine died under questionable circumstances. One morning they were fine, and the next they were dead. Someone is trying to discredit my work, I just know it. But they won't succeed. I came here to the archipelago to evade my rival's attempts at sabotage. And there certainly is quite a lot of work in the Deadfire, I must tell you. I'm a researcher in the medical sciences. And before you ask, no. I've misgivings about magic use. You would have one too if you... A patient of mine died under... I came here to the archipelago to evade my rival's attempts at sabotage. And there certainly is quite a lot of work in the Deadfire. I've told you of my troubles. I suppose it's the least I can do. Settle in now. I've got a lecture prepared for just this occasion. Of course, it will cost you 3,000 copper. Should you change...
No. ¿Qué era otro que... Era el otro... Alquimia creo que era. Muy caro me parece. De momento nada, a ver cómo queda el perres. No sé.
Gone, shed light upon my path.
La escalera sagrada, templo de Gaon. Vamos al templo de Gaon porque aquí hay misión.
It's you.
Here's where I do the ritual.
Gone.
Right there, under the statue of Gon.
Surely as I do.
Vale, vale. Sí, sí.
I can't believe it. Is that really you? And Adair, you made it out of Gilded Vale for good then. I'm glad.
No me acuerdo de
A lot more might have made it out if you hadn't left them for dead.
A ver. Vuelta. Vale. Vuelta, vamos a ver. Vuelta es un ciudadano que puede ser en Pillars of Eternity. A ver. Vale, era un... Vale. No era un compañero, era un personaje. Vale, bueno. Joder. A ver. Bien.
I haven't forgotten. It's why I'm here, Adair. I kept to my word. I started trying to help around town like you told me. When the Hollowborn curse ended, then word came through that the Dawn Stars were coming out here. That the Shattered God was back to being the Shining God. Blazes, I tossed and turned about it. So now I'm doing what I can, handing out food mostly, or delivering supplies. Familiar work, I guess. Took some getting used to, working shoulder to shoulder with Raid Sarens, but it's not so hard as you'd think. Feels like I'm on the right path, toward a little piece of redemption, maybe? You too, eh? Don't know what you have to be. Would be nice to get some answers, maybe. Or forgiveness for getting his people killed. I don't know. I guess you've changed your mind some since we met. I never got a sign from Aethys to begin with. There was just you.
Yeah, well, we'll see where you end up in the next life. They can't redeem you, but you'll still be...
Hungry? Come on up. Don't be shy.
Maybe an inn next time if you're so hungry?
Lesson of Aethys
Does
upon
anyone but the gods know what's going on in Adair's head? You reckon so? I mean... he's a right fine fella. Kind, too.
Un poco viejo.
But a little old. I do. I tried not to, but I can't hardly help it. He's just so considerate and nice. If not to me, then everyone else. And he's so darn big and strong. I know my pa would have liked him. Problem is, I think he doesn't much like me, Watcher. My what now? Oh.
Oy, oy, oy.
No. Yes, I mean, what should I do? You'll help me, Watcher, won't you?
Ay, hombre.
I'll try my gone darnest. I hope you're right. Tell me what's on your mind. They're there in my head when I sleep, and sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. My folks, you might say they're not your typical Aethasians. Sure, they cling to the light more than the darkness. But the war, it touched my family. And it changed them. Killed some. Not that I remember firsthand. The others toughened, turned survivors. That much I saw with my own eyes, even years later. Of course, there were few and spread out. Most don't keep to temples. Soul shepherding requires travel. My aunt's the one who taught me about the cycle of life and death, how everything happens in stages. Whether forwards or backwards, from seed to rot to rebirth again, it's all just states of existence and balance, see? That's how I first learned about the slice of Gone within Aethys. After that, I read all the doctrines of Gone, anything and everything I could get my hands on. The 12 books of Nearwith, plus the epistles from the minor prophets. A lot of them aren't a part of today's canonization, but that doesn't mean they're wrong. It's tradition for the youngest born to take up the priesthood of Aethys. Well, I did it in my own way. No need to fiddle-foot around. It's time I got about...
Hey, this brings back some memories, huh? I want the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace. Only I don't see it playing out that way. If you like. I like that feeling, knowing we'd stop Theos. And we're part of something big. That was something I never felt before, not even at war. Guess I went looking for it again. Not that I wanted to tangle with gods, but something smaller. Something I thought I could manage. There was that little town, Deerford, we passed through. Got hit real hard by the legacy. I went in and asked their mayor if I could help, and he was real friendly. But then it turned out he was in that Scanite cult they have over there. When I wasn't looking, he tried to knock me out with a garden hoe. Guess he wanted to drain my blood or gouge out my eyes with rocks or whatever it is they do. Didn't ask. Anyway, I came out of his house carrying his head and well, I got to be mayor after that. They didn't even want to do an election. I said, if you're sure, and they all nodded, kinda quick. Some of it I was good at. Welcoming people, getting them to settle there, keeping order. But there were other things I had no head for. Negotiating, settling arguments, saying the right things. I think I made a difference, but plenty of folks got hurt along the way. I don't know if that was something we could have avoided, or if it was the cost of trying to fix things.
How may I help?
Yes? One would hardly imagine that a colossus made of glowing Ardra could be so hard to find. But then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen you if the task were easy. Well, they seem largely competent. I would feel better about that were they not run by profiteers and animancers. Governor Clario seemed honest and well-intentioned. So one wonders why he was stationed at such an out-of-the-way post. I'd heard Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how large it was. Or how fashionable. Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. I worry about who will be caught in their crossfire. As a matter of fact, I did. I saw my mother for the first time in years. She was well. She'd been living with her Thane for quite some time. I don't think she'd been to see my father since I left. I used to blame her for her long absences, for not intervening directly with my father. He was an exacting man with a violent temper. One that often found its outlet in me. It was decades ago now. I'm just pleased I could come to a better understanding with my mother. I realized that she was torn between two demanding roles, and two demanding men. I used to resent her for failing to protect me. But I understand now that her absence is what allowed me to grow. Intentionally or not, she gave me the space I needed to learn a degree of independence. Was she also responsible for my father's drunken rages? His impossible expectations? She was caught against him too. Besides, I think she tried to help me, in her own way. My father was steward to an earl in the Seathwood. My mother, I think they must have loved each other once, but I recall little evidence of it. It's one thing to forgive my mother for her absence. Quite another to excuse. My father was steward. I think they must have loved each other. It was. It's been a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the leaden key. It's unexpectedly liberating.
Ahoy. Not to be telling you your business, Cap, but if we don't set sail for Deadlight, Benworth will finish his repairs and pull anchor. Vailian made originally. Piled them stones up a few centuries back, but gave it up when the fishmen wouldn't leave them be. Hard to defend against Wilder crawling up out of your crappers. Captain Aldiz claimed it a few years back. Fucking filthy from bow to stern. She had her lads and lasses cleaning fish shit out of the floorboards for months. A couple of them thought it might be better sailing elsewhere and left in the night. Aldiz tracked them down quick as you like, took their heads, and fixed them into little lanterns for the front gate. Called them Fort Deadlights. They say she ain't had a deserter since. Tad cruel for my taste. But I admit to it, Deadlight's a tough coconut to crack. But if not cracking, what are nuts for? Smart play for crashing any party involves scavenging yourself up an invite, and then dressing to impress. Aye, Captain, from stem to stern. Looking the part in this case means hoisting colours identifying us as Principe. Don't have to tell you how dangerous such a bit of fabric can be if the wrong person catches you flying it. Aye, Captain. Looking forward to watching you work.
Here for a meal? Just get in line, dear. Ain't no trick to—
Hey, there's a lady I'm looking for. Came from Deerwood. Short, got a bad temper. It goes by Alava Mazzy. Heard of her?
I know an Alava, but that ain't a surname.
No?
Not real warm, that one. Stop by unannounced, you get a pistol up your nose when she answers the door.
Yeah, that's a
Not that I noticed.
Huh. Must be
Just that boy of hers.
She's got a son? How old would you say? Like a little boy?
I'd be happy to help you with the math.
Nah, just curious.
Oh, I couldn't say. It's been years. He must be a young man by now.
Wow, that's something. Well,
Ah,
thanks for
tiene
your
un
help.
hijo el pavo este. Mini Edar.
Don't you want to know where?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
She's in Hasongo, last I heard. Got a little plot of land out there.
Hasongo.
I guess we'll look that way then.
Jody, I do hope you are not getting into trouble now.
Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
You did good, helping Peatley with the infected. Anyone half so capable's got my ear. But I won't make you an empty promise. We tried. Shipped some shares for charity. God, it's nearly 2 years back. Had the means to do some real... Of course, we'd be glad to lend a hand. But how'll UCR shares reach the Ruparu this time? What makes you think it'll work now when it didn't then? Now hold on just 1 minute. I've got no beef with the Principe, but smug, we're only here, within the tribe, by the grace of the royals. Our lives aren't a game. I know you want to do right by the Ruparu. I do too, but I can't go kicking a hornet's nest to do it. And you can promise that? No one will know of it?
Ya, ahora es como tonto.
Oh, come on, Samhain. We can't just not do anything. Trust the Watcher. I do.
What matters are the results. I can't idly stand by while the Ruparu...
Vale.
Nothing like a homecoming to make a girl remember her roots. Even if sometimes I wonder if my brethren don't think I got black ichor running in my veins. If I cried, you reckon it'd look like talk? Suppose you meant to make me feel better. It is a dang silly thought. No, that I'd have black blood. You shouldn't be so fine to me, Watcher. Makes me think untoward things. Gives me notions I don't need to be getting. I can't risk straying when I got a duty to gone. All right. Yeah, I'm ready. I've done this before, but never with such a full lantern. Don't know if I feel cleaner, but I feel something. Let's just hope it lasts. Because my lantern feels as heavy as ever. Full to brimming with essence. Like dark... I was born to reap souls and lead them to the light. Now with Aethys dead, and these dire visions, I think I need to shield them from a hell gone dark. But the more I gather, the more my mind turns to tatters. That ain't gonna happen. You'd ask me to turn my back on my god? Aethys is dead, and gone is the death before life. He's the ripeness before the fall. That lumbering hunk of Audra might claim to be Aethys, but that doesn't matter a whit. He died, so he can't be Aethys anymore. Death changes every soul, even a god's. And if it doesn't, it should. Why do you think the god of rebirth held an aspect of death within him? You can't have life. There ain't no beginning without a prior ending. Ain't no day without night. No, you can't grow crops if you never harvest for seeds. All right, I'll...
I'll take care of it.
¿Qué es la escalera sagrada? Bueno, espera, a dónde lleva.
You know how I've been saying there's nothing more important to me than us freeing you from Barrett's bonds? Well, I meant that. I did. But there's this other thing I need to see about. On the way, like. I was gonna tell you. This woman, well, love's not the right word. But she was something to me once, back in Gilded Vale. When I was mayor of Deerford, I had this vision of what I wanted it to look like. It was gonna be what Gilded Vale was, before the legacy. And in some ways it got there. I was proud of that. But it didn't feel like I thought it would. Come to realize there was someone I needed to show it to. Ilava, well, she'd have been about the last person left in Deerwood who'd have seen what I made and understood. Last I saw her, she was going to New Hayamar. Went looking for her there, only to find that she'd left a long time ago. Anyway, I don't expect you to understand, but I gotta know she ended up all right. Yeah, that's something. Coming out of Deerwood during that time. When I knew her, she had another little boy, just a baby. But the legacy deprived him of a proper life. I never found out what happened to him. But with the Hollowborn, you didn't have to ask. Guess he got a brother, though. No, but I don't see a way to let this go. Least a way's not now. Last time I saw Ilava, we got friendly. Now she's got a son. Nothing personal, but I don't know if there will be an after. Even though you may be the only one I wouldn't bet against. I followed you once when there was something you had to do to put your soul at ease. You went through a lot, but we did it. Now I'm asking you to let me see to mine.
Candles and bombs.
Shining God, light your path straight. We gathered what we could. Much of our coin. Thank you, sir.
Mira,
Payment for heads. It could be no simpler, I say.
Supplies! Get your supplies here! Consider, friend. The blessings of the priests are priceless, certainly.
Tell me, are you someone who walks the path that coin lays out before you? Transmuting actions into payment is the alchemy that orders our world. All things turn on the axis of a coin bond. I pay bounties so that death can bring order to life. Would you help me continue the cycle? The next time payment crosses our hands, let it be in the execution. If you would forge a coin bond, I know of people on these islands. Dugro the Ascetic is wanted for crimes against his monastic order. His people have made a coin bond for his death. The Orlan wanders the wilderness on the island of Crookspur, northwest of Nekataka. Speak freely, I say. The coin bond is patient. It knows that you are committed to your core. I will be here when you are ready. I am a paladin of the Gold-Pact Order. Since taking my oath, I have never been absent of work. I also enjoy knitting.
Hello, Watcher. Fancy a look at this? Have a look.
It's the one word. Pero bueno, de momento no vi cómo se hacen pociones, así que nada.
Each obstacle is a
So you defeated this ship-devouring beast?
I dare
all
you to
by
go
yourself?
inside.
I'm telling you, you just have to aim for the eyes.
Vale.
No prisoners. That's it.
Mi madre, todos los muertos.
No can do. Reaper.
Eso es complicado, ¿eh? Ay, mierda, no puse esto, pero no me da tiempo.
Can't afford another loss.
Bueno, eso ahí. Mira este dominado que bien me vino, tío. Vale, que te estás quemando.
Careful!
A quick rest.
We've lost Seraphim!
Belaying us for the rest
That's
of
it.
now.
About taxed to my limit.
Vale, es que... Hijos putas. Vale. A ver, déjame que no sé si puse... Estoy en combate. No me digas, hombre. Mantengan la posición ahí. Bien. Fue grave la cosa. Me va a matar con él. Oh, no. ¿Qué fue que desaparece? No parió.
Hey, are you blind?
Hijo puta ese. Ahí estamos.
Bring them down.
Rest for a bit. Much obliged.
No prisoners. Our number is
Finishing. What do you need? I need some help.
Buenísimo. Buah. What? Son parecidos. Voy a probar un poco eso. Vale.
Reckon that's the first time I ever bore witness. Never woke with such a driving need for reaping before. It did for a while, but then it wore off. All this essence I've gathered. It soaked the blessing right. Oh, I plan to. Gon chose me as a harbinger for the coming harvest. Not anyone else here, but me.
Hola, gatos, ¿qué tal? Estaba probando aquí.
Seems the more souls I gather, the better I see Gon's will. And the less I get a wink of sleep, night or day, sleep or waking. It's getting harder to tell what's real from what's just yet to come. There is something I'm meant to do. Us Gonites, we're supposed to shepherd lost souls, not just gather them. If I were to dump the souls, it might make me dream less, like before. Maybe it'd just make it all worse. Either way, I've got to find my purpose. Will you help me, Watcher? I was hoping you might would. Sometimes I feel like, with you by my side, I can stand against gods. It'll need to be a potent source to overpower the draw of my lantern. It's gotta be. That's one problem solved. But what about the itty-bitty issue regarding the god of rebirth not actually being in hell? The souls will make it safely, but who's to see to their proper reseeding? This is a huge risk of Aora's balance. You really trust Malgrin not to rebirth Aethasians as warriors of the flame? Think Galawain won't be greedy? Gone aside, the gods' past actions don't instill me with the greatest confidence. I think my duty to Gon's a little more important than... I can't just abandon my souls. Not to mention my principles and hope for the best. Keep holding them? Until when? You think I should keep reaping, all throughout the darkness, to keep collecting more and more, while the Audraving souls will be safe in the lantern until the world's ready to bloom again. Future Gonites could then shepherd multitudes into the rebirth cycle. But I wonder, how many would be alive to see to it then? Let me dream on it and see how I feel. But if you think it'd save us, if it's what I'm meant to do, well, I trust you.
Eso de puta madre. Para mi gusto, Hay que buscar que hay.
Leave it to me.
desplazarse. ¿Qué coño? ¿Eh? Esta es mejor que corresponde al color que pongo esto. Coño. No. No. Sí. Ah. Toma. Así queda.
Keep your weather eye.
I'll see it done.
Yeah?
Law volley. Kiddo, whack him any harder. Ah, that word and...
morirse.
Of course.
Autobees? Bitch.
A knight's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
Kill them all!
That looks like something.
Whoa, whoa.
Come. Campeones, claro. Vale. Magos, claro. Pues.
I reap what I sow. Ixie on us. Another.
Oh.
It's on the vine.
Oh.
Another withers on the vine.
Cast a spell?
The lantern flickers.
Está
Ixie on us.
Me sometieron por fuerza.
Scallywags ho, cap.
Sirve.
I'll take care of it.
Lava. Beyond sick.
No te metas ahí. No te metas ahí.
Oi, someone wake up the ram. ranch hand. Cocked that up, didn't I?
Another winner's on that dog won't hunt.
Uf.
Darkness flows and the light wanes.
I'll get you.
Please, pray for me.
Bring them down.
Just a little blood. Well,
Hijo puta este. Ah, es que está el sacerdote ahí dando por culo, claro. Que el divide vencerás. Me va a costar un poco.
As you wish. No prisoners.
Pues sacerdote primero.
Lava will be on sea.
Inmunidad. Joder. Estoy jodido. Tengo inmunidad.
Kill them all.
Y ahora con cerrado.
Rebirth awaits me.
Complicated.
Bones.
Ah, hombre. Ya volveré cuando esté mejor ahí porque mogoles. Vale.
Of course.
Con esta pista donde das, supongo que al templo este de Gracias. Ay, Dios. Oh. Ah. Vale, esto no vale. Claro.
I dare you to go inside.
No! Tangaloho will eat me!
Tuo on varaa. Täällä ottaa.
Come closer to the altar. Come inside the temple. I ask only for no talking. Not until we pay our respects to Bereth, to Rikuhu, the deity of life and death, the endless devourer who encompasses all existence. Hear this prayer, this voice chiming. I beseech you, Kohopa and Tangaloa, digest all of my devotion, and Rikuhu, Bereth, my... All right. I will address your end of the turn. I'm nearing it, but first, I've got to leave guidance for my apprentice. Been wasting away for months. Can't say it's been easy. Maybe you can see. I'm no death godlike. Bereth bestowed not one in my generation with a chime. A flawed messenger like me can't open the crypts. So my best chance is to die. Liturgies, instructions for ritual preparations, when and how. Sermons, some histories too. All of this, it's our knowledge has gleaned through centuries of under the temple, carved in the mountain's caverns, lies Alex. They're the hanging sepulchres. The bodies are protected by Bereth's best. Better. The timing's getting tighter. And there is one thing before the end I know you do. My eels, my infinity coil keeps... The coil resonates, but it's weak. You could unseal the way, but you die inside, I think. My chance, not just anyone can escape the hanging sepulchres. Truly? You? I'd best not let the... There's a sacred text. The eulogy to Isaiah. It's been... I need it. Of course, the tombs. They only open to the dead. I prayed for decades, night to day. You're my best chance. Or only. I'll tell you what I can. He's no Juana, nor a death godlike neither. But he was read somewhere. One tome, he sailed to the Deadfire. Isaiah fought hard for it. Bereth kept him alive till he could make it to the temple's catacombs. He's no Juana Red. Bereth kept him up. Got to go outside. On the priest before me. All death godlikes could open it. Door required. They're from the long-forgotten time. They got carved in even before the temple sprung up. Before there was Nekatak, they're well guarded. All right. I will address the dead with their souls. They roam. Not everyone's born so blessed. Sometimes in the same. Your word, Bereth. Our word, Rikuhu. We worship the twin deal. The cyclic connection of the overworld and the underworld. Life is Kohopa, and Tangaloa is death. Born starving, when they'd swallowed all of existence, they tried to eat each other next. Now all things pass.
I'll deal with this.
My sincere condolences.
Dim in the lantern.
Rest, now. I'll take care of it.
You must venturing forth. Merla, burned. Well, that won't do it. Hello, my apologies. I didn't see you there. I am fine. Is there some reason I shouldn't be? Which is not to say I do not appreciate your concern. I, like the other scholars here, am engaged in the study of the soul sciences. I had a mishap with my machinery, but all is well now. I wish only to return to my In any case, why are you here? It is a mundane story. I sought out the ship with the longest oversea route departing from the Republics and booked passage. I had intended to perform a handful of experiments regarding the nature of souls that could only be done safely at sea.
Hello.
A fellow researcher. Then perhaps you will understand. I've long been fascinated by the nature of entropy. Is it not possible that repeated reincarnation damages a soul? Could the process of reincarnation itself be responsible for some of the many ills that plague the souls of Kith? I deduced that it was possible to escape the cycle, escape Bereth's grasp, to remove one's soul from the wheel. I suppose I was wrong to expect more from you.
Just a bit of culture I've picked up along the way. I admire their tailoring tradition immensely. It's much grander than clothing one finds in the white that wins. I am, of course. Many things. Currently, an unusual variety of Adra. It seems to exist only here, among the... There's a strange, almost melancholy beauty to the substance. A curious mind is an agile mind. Besides, the two practices are more alike than one might think. Care and patience, yes. It is gratifying to be understood. If you insist. With the aid of a device of copper and Adra, I have uncoupled my soul from my body, freeing myself of Barith's wheel. I belong only to myself. My body and soul are my own. Why should I not do with them as I wish? Who are you to say? Truly. Tell me, what do you see when you peer into the souls of Kith? Do you see their misdeeds? Their evil thoughts? Their unkindnesses? I apologize. I have always felt a kinship with your kind. Having witnessed the very worst in Kith has left me keen. Perhaps you would be amenable to me traveling with you.
Claro,
On
hombre,
something
viaja
of a
conmigo.
permanent
Yo no.
basis? This blade is not merely for show. There are no end of swordsmen in the Deadfire, though, right? I, however, possess some little sway. I have a vested interest in luminous Adra, but acquiring it here can be expensive. You have a ship of your own and are clearly well-traveled. I suspect I would encounter more luminous Adra with you than I would on the streets of Nekataka. Truly?
Just what we be needing to round out the collection. Another uptight, bookish sort.
Thaklat, traveler. I am grateful. I have all that I need. We may...
Ah. De momento no la voy a dejar ahí en casa.
Leave it to me.
You don't mind if I talk and work, do you? What can I do for you? Not the coziest place for it, is it? But the open air, the lighting specifically. Good test of the equipment too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior research...
Lack might be a strong word for it, but I'll do it.
It's a thoughtful gift?
Gon has shown me the coming end. Darkness will fall upon hell, beginning an extended season of death with no rebirth for any of us.
All right, I knew I shouldn't have asked. How do you fit into this, Watcher?
But only if you promise to treat them well. And
right. You do realize that the essence isn't actually a... Never mind. Thank you, Shorty. I promise to treat them with dignity. We can... put them in this device over here.
One last thing. How much is this gonna hurt? No, what? You ready for this grand merger of faith and science? Animancers? If you got any energy vision goggles, you might want to don them now. Long as you're watching my back, I'll...
Está perfecto este chaval. Go.
plumb crazy? I'm breaking. Ugh, son of a god's darn motherless cur. That hurt worse. Hell. And I only gotta do it again and again on but the guild says I do. I can't turn my back on my purpose. I never did want to take the easy route. I'll keep reaping more souls then. Do my duty till I fall to dirt and bones. Thank you for finding me a way to handle my burden.
Oh, manto de atrás luminoso.
Darn if I don't feel so light I could float away. My bones are still a little jangly. I don't know if this is what Gon planned for me, but I'd like to think we did right by these souls.
Okay.
We're bringing light to the darkness, ensuring spring follows the coming fall.
Vale. Listo.
So you're saying you're literally a pirate of the mind? You sail in and steal
what a surprise to see you again.
If the rioters in Defiance Bay knew he was here, they'd be on the next boat to Deadfire, with the cargo, rope, and torches.
I see we've all moved up in the world, haven't we? Taking an interest in the sciences? Regrettably, no. That honor goes to Flauna Elette, a charming young woman. Perhaps not as experienced as I, but I understand that the Sangreta Mea Compressa is more comfortable. We do fine work here. Not as personally fulfilling as my time in the sanitarium, but exciting in its way. The Huana have a much more full... Of course, we can always use more. Any chance you have an interest? I assure you, you have nothing to fear from... Certainly. I realize this means very little to you.
Behold, lass, I'm the original psychic piratical.
Not hardly. Even I've heard about Malnage. She's a cipher like you, ain't she?
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Acostarme, voy a ir enseguida. Voy a dejar poca cuestión. Los sepulcros. Igual. Altura de los olvidados.
That looks like something. Sorry, friend. I can't.
La puerta,
Take a gander over there.
Lava.
Cannot whack him any harder.
¿Dónde coño va? ¿Pero dónde va? Bueno, vale. Mataron. Nada. Ahí.
Labaru be on sick. That's not very helpful.
Hey.
Yeah.
Some good times.
Labaru be on sick.
We're dropping like flies.
This is futile.
Adair, careful!
Hombre. ¿Quién coño está curando? Hijo, me pregunto yo. ¿Cura solo o qué?
Worse than rough.
That's it! Fight on, Shoti!
Lantern flickers.
Mira, el otro también está ahí. Buscándome las... Está claro que este asalto está complicadillo, ¿eh?
What is it? Of course.
Would you look at that?
Dead!
Me and you are about to mix.
Bien, 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 bien. Ahí fue un plan dividido en ceras. Ahí salió bien. Guay, guay, guay. Uf, tengo miedo. Tengo miedo. Ahí viene aquí el campeón. Campeón del cuadra.
That dog won't hunt.
Uf.
Lava
Cocked that up, didn't I?
Bring them down.
Eso no se nota. No se lo pido. No importa.
I could go for some shut-eye about now.
Lava will be on seek.
Hostia, para la mierda. Game over, tío. Mañana más. Me cago.
That's not very helpful.
Checked out.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Nos vemos, chicos. Voy a descansar ya. Bye bye.